West Africa, gold, Kobo Resources. Ed, how are you today?
I'm very well. Thank you very much for asking.
You're at PDAC. What's your number one objective while you're here?
Our number one objective is to communicate the opportunity that we have to potential investors in operating companies as we are raising capital to expand our drill program that we have set for this year.
And of course, I just read a Helgarten Plus company report about you, and Christopher Ecclestone's words to me were closeology. This is a closeology play. Would you agree with him?
Absolutely. We're less than 9 kilometers away from an operating mine, which is the IRA mine site. We have the same package in terms of geology as our neighbor. So we have no money to invest in terms of infrastructure. So it's a no-brainer. It's completely what we consider a brownfield project close to a mine.
So for those of you out there that are going gold, we're watching gold right now. Let's start with a proper introduction to Kobo Resources. Can you provide an overview of what Kobo Resources is?
Well, Kobo is a junior miner. Obviously, we've come to the table on the TSXV last March, but we've been in existence for more than 7 years. We were private up until then, exploring on that license that we have, which was granted to us in 2019. We have a good sizable chunk of high net worth individuals that are shareholders. I would say among 25 of these guys are geologists or mine engineers who have seen the quality of the project and have decided to put their own money into it. We have a couple of institutional shareholders, which are Gold 2000 from Switzerland, Delbrook Capital from Vancouver, who have seen the opportunity as well and believe in the story we just talked about, the closeology and the opportunity that represents of probably being able to drill this thing, define a resource, and sell it to our next door neighbor in a couple of years. So it's really considered as a short-term investment.
One of the things that I found very intriguing about this story was how often your management team actually goes over there. We rarely see that in a lot of these companies. The backgrounds of your very experienced professional team is impressive. I encourage you to go check their website out and do the research too. Can you tell me what was so remarkable about this exploration play that you were able to put such a great band together?
Well, initially it was a small alluvial play, and we made a discovery, a very important discovery, which changed our focus going forward. So we changed the project into a hard rock play, and we had to convince the government to remove the dedication of that area to small permits to a large play, which we were successful in doing over a period of time. And once that was done, right after COVID, we did a geochem program and an airborne survey, mag survey, which revealed, quite interestingly, some great structures. From there on, we continued some minimal geology. But what was great for us was to attract the former drill manager at Perseus, who had drilled 160,000 meters leading up to the DFS. He came on board with us, and he recognized the quality of the project. He saw similarities with the next door neighbor, and he felt that this was the largest geochem anomaly in the region other than the Yaouré mine site. And since then, what we've done is we've also brought on board the structural geologists that worked at Perseus for 7 years, came over to our property, looked at what we got, and he says, yes, you have basically the same geology as the next door neighbor. So with that being said, we were able to attract high quality people, and we recently added to our board of directors Brian Scott, who is a former VP of Geology and Technical Services of B2 Gold. Brian just retired in December, and we gave him the opportunity to come on board, and he said immediately yes. He feels that this is a great opportunity. So we're excited to have him on board with us with all his experience and baggage that he brings from having explored the world.
In attracting such substantial professionals with extraordinary geological backgrounds, obviously you have drilling results that I'm certain you would love to update us with. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about this? Thank you.
These drill results were published last summer. We had a successful 6,000 meter RC program, and subsequently to that, trenching. The numbers are just fantastic for us, and have proven the size of the targets. So with that being said, what we've done since that, we've put together a drill program for diamond drilling to really understand the structure of what is going on. So that first 5,000 meters that we're going to be doing is basically to put 10, 15 holes on each of those 3 targets, give or take, in order to understand the structure. Once that is done and we've got that managed well, we plan on drilling an extra 20 to 25,000 meters this year alone, and probably the same amount for next year, because our objective is to drill as much as we can over the next 2 years or less, bring it to a resource stage, and probably flip this property to an operating company who would be interested in developing it. Now, mind you that the next door neighbor is probably the prime target for this, having spent $400 million before pouring their first ounce of gold. So I think as their resource gets depleted over time, we are a natural fit to substitute our resource to their operating mill.
So right now, I'm just going to change the course of this conversation. Obviously, you believe gold is where the action is at, yes?
Definitely. And I think today it's at 2090, give or take. I think it's going to go up. I'm not a predictor of $2,500 an ounce, but I think the circumstances are that the gold is going to continue to go up, or at least stay stable at these prices. And our share price is very not expensive, I would say. It is a great opportunity for the investor, and it's not a long-term investment like I just explained what we're doing because of your initial question of closeology. So for the typical investor, he has to look at this as a potential investment for 2 to 3 years maximum.
Well, it sounds to me as well that if you're into drilling results, which we have a huge audience that loves drilling results, watching your results is going to be a lot of fun.
It will, and I would tell your audience to go look at the press releases of the past in the last several months, where you can see the drill results, and look at those numbers. They're fantastic. They're as good, if not better, than the next door neighbor in terms of the surface numbers. Obviously, the RC program did reveal some great results, but we're expecting the diamond drill program to be even better.
Well, for everybody interested in Kobo Resources and, of course, checking out those previous drilling results, please go to their website. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.